Hi guys, I'm back for another edition slash video regarding the markets. I said I wasn't going to do a video unless the price made any significant moves, but it did, so I'm back for another one. Hopefully the sound quality is a little bit better this time around. I'm gonna be purchasing uh some sort of studio professional kind of mic, so the sound quality should be perfect after that. And then I'm gonna explore some other streaming software, see which one works out the best. So let's just get into it right away. So this is just a kind of an downward channel that I drew on the daily chart. And I'm disregarding the wicks for now because they seem to be all over the place. The wicks, like these wicks are really big price ranges as well on them. So I don't really think they're valid. Like look at this 20% wick here, 15, 15. I don't know. I'm just disregarding them for now, just including them, this kind of downward channel. So if we just follow this down, we're looking at maybe around a few months of downtrend till we get to uh, maybe another month. Yeah, like March. Yeah, around beginning of March to mid March for like this low target of 75 to 8,500. That seems to be a good support zone. But obviously it's Bitcoin, so anything can happen. We could shoot down to this price tomorrow. But this is the levels that I'm watching. So if we get above this, obviously good, bullish continuation. Go below this, doesn't look good, and then we'll start forming we'll start going lower, and just a rough kind of idea on the price here. Then I wanted to move into another idea here that I have. This is the daily candles, and this is like a big daily triangle, big descending triangle that could be drawn in multiple ways. Yesterday's video I said some people are looking at it like this kind of descending triangle. Um, some people have it down at the some people sorry some people have the neckline of the triangle, the base of the triangle here, but I like it better up here. It coincides with my other indicators that are suggesting that this is the real resistance point here. So I like this triangle better, kind of going like this because this is also the downward trend line that we need to break. So I like this view better. But I mean, whether the triangle is like this or this, the targets are the same because the base is the same. So if you take the base of this descending triangle, the descending triangle, the price target is all the way down in the 5K range, 47.50, but let's just say 5K, which is, I mean, obviously it's in the realm of possibilities. If you look, zoom out, this is the first support, and then after that, maybe a little bit here, but this is like a pretty strong base around this area. Not saying that the price can go there, but just from technical analysis, that's what's that's what it's telling me. So another thing that I wanted to mention is the daily candle. Yes, today kind of showed signs of life, but it got denied at the 10-day moving average, and we just can't seem to pass this support range here slash the bottom of the triangle. So once we can get above this 10 EMA, about this, we can start thinking about bullishness, but at the moment, no. And this there's another triangle here that could be drawn, which is what represents this arrow. So we're looking at something like this, and this will give us a price target of measured move down to 7,800. Obviously not great, but just want to be ready for all possibilities. But another thing to watch out for, even if this is not a valid descending triangle, this support around 10.7. If the daily candle closes below this, is a bad sign. Because despite all the wicks and up and down moves we've had, we've closed above this trend line here. So these are the levels I'm watching. Then another way to look at this is also by looking at the moving averages. So historically, the 200 EMA is the last line of support during this whole 2017 trend. I showed this in previous videos, but basically it's usually the 125 moving average that holds up the price on a daily. And then if that's broken, the lowest we've gone to is the 200 EMA, and we haven't gone below that in the whole of 2017 trend, which is from here. So that's pretty significant. And we've touched the 125 multiple times now, which only happened here. And when that happened, we did touch the 200 EMA, so that's something to watch out for. Other than that, it's just brief touches on the EMA, and we keep on the moving average, continue moving up. So that's something to watch out for. If we keep continuing this touching this moving average as support, it's gonna weaken, and then we're gonna touch here, which is still not that much lower, but it is around the 8600 low. So that would coincide with here being support, but I'd like to see it go down to 7800 personally. And then we could also fib out some of these triangles to see if our price targets match the triangle targets. So if you want to fib out, sorry, doing it the wrong way here. So let's say we want to do the first triangle, which I would consider this to be the neckline. Let me go to the top there. So the 2.0, the 1.618 target actually matches this box, and the 2 target gets pretty close, but not exactly, but basically at the 5K range, which is the other target of the symmetric triangle. So the fib targets are matching the symmetric triangle target, so this kind of the price range we should be watching for. Let me do another one of the smaller triangle. So of this descending triangle that I drew here. So this one gives the 2.0 target around here and the 1.618 here. So these are levels you guys can play around with the fibs, try and find some targets. You can move it down to here. There's a lot of things you could do, but those are the ideas. If we could continue being bearish, you want to establish targets for the downward. You want to establish targets for how much lower you can go. Not that's like what you want to chart, not what would make it bullish. Because clearly, if you break the trend lines back to bullish or at least neutral, for now it's bearish below 10 EMA. So that's what I have to say here. Now I made another, this is a 4-hour chart, so a little bit more granular, and this is 2 other triangles that I saw forming. So when this initial dump first started, people, and me included, all of crypto trading space was thinking that this was the triangle to keep an eye on, right here, right? Something like this. So this was what everyone was watching. Like, what's gonna happen with this triangle? Blah blah. Different ways to draw it, right? You could just put it up like whatever. Anyway, something like this would look different on different charts, but something like this basically. And then when we had the breakout retest, and then we came higher to got to 17K, everyone was literally creaming their pants, right? They thought that the measured move target was gonna be 25,000, right? So people were really happy about this, but turns out this was the ultimate bull trap for now, at least. And that the triangle just expanded, and there's many different ways of looking at it. Some people think it's just a descending triangle, like I showed you earlier, like this. Some people, I think this fits the best right now. Kind of a really big symmetric triangle that formed, like that. Let me just make it clear, like that. And then this red arrow I have here is the measured move down. If this symmetric triangle break is accurate, the big one, the big triangle, brings us down to here, around $4,000, which is scary, but it's possible, right? So I'll flip that out too, so you can see. So I'm doing it with the wicks. Boom. So it kind of matches, gets pretty close to the 1.618, not exactly, but I mean with a price correction that's this big from, like, let's say from here down here, it's huge price difference. So kind of can't expect an exact result. I mean, the 2.0 is at 1500, right? Which is pretty scary, but it's just technicals. I don't think it's actually going to happen. And then this 4-hour triangle broke down, and we broke down, and this could arguably be considered a retest, although if it went a little higher, it would have been better. Touch the triangle tip, but could be considered a retest. Up, down, we're consolidating a little bit, and we could draw another triangle here, clearly, right? We have 3 touches, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe another touch, but so I drew the up target. So if it's another symmetric triangle, if we break this one upwards, looking at target, this price target here, 17,000-ish, and then the down target is sitting right at 5,000. So I'll flip out this one as well to get an idea from the tip. Yeah, so this one gives us a 1.618 target of 6K, and then the 2 target of 4K. So this is all super bearish, like, doesn't look great, that's all I have to say. On the 4 hour, so if the triangle breaks up, 17K. If it breaks down, 4,700 the targets. But obviously, this triangle could also get extended and become something else like this one did, right? So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, that's the what I see here. And then, oh yeah, just a quick, this was the entire move fibbed out from the top to the bottom so far. This is a local bottom right now. So as I stated in the previous videos, this first line of resistance was this fib line, and we pretty much touched it to the, literally almost exactly touched it. I think we might have actually exactly. Yeah, so it shows a lot of traders are watching this, and the bears aren't ready to let go here. A lot of people are selling here, and until we get above this, it's still bearish. This is only on the hourly. I don't really care about the moving averages. Like, this is the resistance, and then if we go above this, we make a swing high, and then we can work on a W reversal. So something like this, like boom, 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 right? You can also say this is Adam and Eve, whatever. Different ways of interpreting it, same idea. Okay, now I'm gonna move into some cloud analysis. So when I was saying I like to consider this as the base of the triangle and not the wick, has to do with the cloud. So this is a daily cloud that I've been looking at closely, and every time the price inches into the cloud and we think that it's over, the price keeps getting rejected. And the 10 EMA was the rejection this time, and we're forming another doji style candle. And then this candle is going to close in a few hours, I think in 3 or 4 hours. So we'll see how it forms. Um, Tomorrow's candle is going to be big. If we can get above the doji and above the 10 EMA, it's going to be great. If not, we're looking at a down target, probably around the 200 moving average right here. Matches 7,500. So then you can easily see that, like, this is a resistance point right here, right? So this range here, is like support, and then below that is like this whole area. It starts getting a lot bigger. Like, I think something like this. This is a rough targets, obviously not exact, but like this whole base here, like this whole base here. So that's what I see here. I explained in the previous videos, this whole 2017 trend. We are in 2018, but the whole 2017 uptrend, we didn't spend much time in the cloud, let alone below the cloud. So the only time we were even below the cloud as candle close was here in July 16th, and this was a terrible, terrible. This was one of the big dumps that happened this year. I think it was the China ban news. Not too sure. It's confusing at this point, but we closed the day below the candle and then we bursted right out. And then other than that, we never closed below it. So it's a big deal to be below the cloud, guys. Yeah, it's a big deal. I'm still shocked that we're below the cloud. This is now, if we exclude this one bull trap candle here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're approaching ninth day below the candle. Obviously, we'll see below the cloud. We'll see how the day settles, but I think we're gonna stay below the cloud. And then the longer we stay below the cloud, the price is eventually gonna have the cloud's gonna flip red, and that signifies the end of this whole year-long trend. So since here, it's been an uptrend since November 25th of 2016. So let's try not see that. Let's burst above the 10 EMA, break above the cloud at around 14K, and start another run. Let's zoom in a bit. 4-hour cloud is bearish, fighting the 50 moving average. The Kijun's starting to come down, so we could see a move up. So basically, on the 4-hour, when you want to get into the cloud and then break above it, so 13.2 becomes resistance, this whole area is resistance. You want the price to enter, exit above. Indicator starts turning bullish, and then above the moving average, and off we go. Move to 1 hour. 1 hour is, let me turn off the clouds for a second so I can see the moving averages. So you can see the price is starting to consolidate. We're pulling another one of these where the 50 gets really close, does a cross for a quick moment, and then comes back down. So we could see another cross recross, and then cross recrosses are just even more bearish. So we have to see. I don't see much else here. I mean, if we get above the 200 moving average, just stay above it. It's a good sign. But we did that. Just bull traps. Just yeah, keeps going below. So that's about it. Let me see the RSI. Neutral. Neutral. And yeah, like I keep saying, there's a long way to go for us. Like just to move from here to like the oversold condition could take us down to here. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities for us to go that low. And cloud is red, so but price in the cloud, it's not tradable. The hourly's, I told everyone the hourly's not really tradable unless you're just taking swing trades. I don't really like doing those. Day trading, kind of like hourly positions. I don't like doing that, but yeah, that's about it. If there's anything else that I forgot, please please send me a comment or a message, and I'll cover it. I'm gonna start covering some other altcoins and stuff like that too, but right now it's all about BTC and how BTC reacts, and that will determine the direction of the whole crypto markets. So thank you for watching. Catch you on the next edition. If there is another, if there's some more price action tomorrow, I'll make a video. If not, and sometime during this week, I'll make a video when there's some sort of decision made amongst the traders on what we do. Thank you.